Welcome back to another video, and if you're watching this on New Year, I wish you a happy New Year. I wanted to go over my platinums of 2025 and kind of remind myself in the memories of the journey. Now, not every single platinum I have gotten in 2025 is on a video. Some of them are not on video, but there's games where I've had some experience with and I would like to go through that and see what I've experienced and if I recommend these games to you to even platinum or you've even platinumed. You can let me know what you think down in the comments below about them. And also at the end I'm going to rank them, like what was my favourite game and like what was my least favourite, stuff like that. But before we get into this, I want to say how I actually got into platinums, and that was back in 2023. Now probably for most people it was the same thing. One day in 2023 I was just playing computer. I just got a PS5 and I played Astro's Playroom. I was waiting on two other games downloading. I remember the day was Fortnite and GTA 5 was downloading, and Astro's Playroom comes on the PS5 already downloaded or not. So I played Astro's Playroom for a couple of days and I ended up getting my first platinum on Astro's Playroom, and that kind of started a new phase of gaming for me, where I never thought I would even try and be getting platinums, because on the PS4 it was like, I always thought when I thought like platinums you had to be the best of the best to get platinums. So when I got my first one I was very excited and stuff like that. Same as everyone when they get their first platinum. But then after my first platinum, I had myself a challenge straight away. I wanted to get 6 platinums because there's 6 Infinity Stones in the Marvel Universe, and I wanted to get them. I wanted to get 6 platinums, so I did. I did collect them. I got them. I went and got some games platinum through from 2023, and then 2024 was coming up to an end. And I wanted to give myself a challenge in 2025. So the challenge I was thinking, there was some ones where it was like hard games, like complete a 10 out of 10 difficulty, stuff like I was thinking of and all that stuff. But I didn't want to go too crazy because I just started platinuming. So I wanted to just do one chill challenge where I could probably try and see if I could get it done in a year. And that challenge was, can I get 25 platinums in 1 year? So I had 1 year to go at 25 platinums. If I could platinum, I picked the games. If I did, I could platinum like 2 or 3 games in a month if I wanted, if I could. You know what I mean? Like, it would count everything. The only one thing I did have though was one of the rules. I didn't want any easy, like really easy platinums like shovelware and like anyone that takes like a couple minutes and all that. I didn't want any of that. I wanted my platinums to be at least a few hours long, and where it's actually worth going for, instead of one of the platinums that's just not worth it. So when I started this challenge, I already had 11 platinum trophies, and the game I also started with was Sonic Fortresses. So we'll get into talking about everything in the games in a minute. I just want to say, before we continue on talking about these, I'm not going to talk about every single thing in the game. Obviously I don't want this video to be too long. I am going to talk about a few things, my experience and stuff like that, things about the platinum, about the game, how I felt of the game, and some parts of the story or whatever. I'm not going to go full in depth of these because I really, on my way of it, I like to give people a chance to play other games. So if I played the game and I made a video on that game about the platinum, or my experience of the platinum journey, I don't like involving a lot of the story because I like other people to be like, oh, if they saw that video, be like, oh, I'll give that game a try, and they can experience it for themselves. So that's one thing. So I'm not going to go too much in depth on the stories, and I'm just going to go on through my platinum experience and kind of stuff what I think to do. Some parts might give you guides in this, like I might talk about some trophies in certain games that you should focus on or whatever, but we'll just need to see when we get into it. So I just wanted to say that before we get into it. One last thing before we get into talking about the platinums is for example, I've wanted to lay out that how long it takes, how many playthroughs you need to do, and how the difficulty is. Now all these are on PlayStation profiles. Some of them, I think one or two, doesn't have actual guide. Someone has not made a guide. But yeah, for the white arrow, I'm gonna try and explain this the best way. I just thought this was a lot easier so you could actually see. It's very easy to know what it is if you do platinums and stuff like that. So for the white part, the white arrow pointing up to where the platinum that was played 29, that's how long it took me to platinum the game. Then in the orange or yellow one is the difficulty. It's where it says difficulty. For example, this is a 4 out of 10 difficulty. One playthrough takes 50 hours. That's how the games are going to be. You're going to be able to see them through every game we talk about the platinums. I just wanted to mention that before we get into it. So the first game I went and tackled in 2025 was Sonic Fortresses. So I started Sonic Fortresses on the 7th of the 1st of 2025, so that was January the 7th. And then I just played it normal. There's some fishing trophies. That is like the best way to actually level up your stuff, because by doing the fishing stuff, you can trade in. I can't remember what it's trading. You trade in. I think it's purple coins, and you can get the lost cocoa. But you can get I think it's about 20 lost cocoa from the fishing bit. You can trade that from there, and then you go to speak to the elderly Coco, and you can trade that, which can increase your ring capacity. So I did that straight at the start. Tried to max out all my powers. The ones that you should really focus on this platinum is the focus on max. What is it? One maxed out defense, max out power, max out speed, and yeah, the platinum, like that is like the main ones. Getting to the max level. The platinum's very easy, though the story can be repetitive, because the first world you just go and get some emeralds, and once you do that you fight a boss and you go to the next world and then you do the same thing but you save a different character. So I think it's Amy's the first one, and I think the next one's the sand one, and I think that's Knuckles you do save. I can't fully remember, but I'm sure it is. So it kind of gets repetitive after that. By then I was very powerful, so I wasn't dying or anything. So by then you're just bashing through the game. On PlayStation profiles, it's rated at a 2 out of 10 difficulty. It takes one playthrough and takes 25 hours, and it took me 20 hours to platinum it. The next platinum I went for was Hello Neighbor. Now in Hello Neighbor, so I already had 3 trophies, so I went back to clean up to get the platinum. And to say some things about this game, I would use a guide, though the guide can help. See if you don't really know what to do and stuff like that, and you're really lost. Especially when the first act you don't need a guide. All you need to do is get red keys, very easy. The second act you don't need a guide. The third act's where all the trophies come in, and I would say use a guide if you need it. Now you can also do this yourself and try and do it, but honestly I would just use a guide. I used the guide for one trophy, and that was the Don't Bite Snow White trophy. And for that one, for that trophy, you had to get a golden apple. Now there is a way to do this. What I did, there's a mad glitch part in the Hello Neighbor Act 3 house, and when you do that on the glitch part, you'll be able to go there, and then somewhere when I went and done it, there was like a house and there's trees, and next to the trees you can see the gold apple. You just need to bring like a box or something to throw at the golden apple to drop it. So like that, there's that way to get the golden apple, or if you grow the tree, but it takes like 3 hours. So yeah, it's up to you what you want to do, what you think's easiest. I would use a guide, though. For the other trophies are very straightforward, but some of them are just, the puzzles in them are just so annoying sometimes. Like, if you're getting you're struggling and you're getting stuck and you're getting frustrated, I would just use a guide. Even if it's a guide for just a wee small thing. That was one thing. I knew I had to wait 3 hours, but I didn't have enough time to stay on the game and wait. And I kind of tried to see if I could find another way to get the trophy. And luckily it was that. If it wasn't that, I would have to just did it another day. But yeah, Hello Neighbor 1, there's not much to talk about Hello Neighbor 1. It's just an annoying game to platinum because the puzzles. But see if you kind of have a feeling of it. I played it a few times before, so I've already completed it before. So I already done all the puzzles, so I knew what I was doing. I was just remembering everything, where everything goes, and the puzzles, and the golden apple is something I never done. So that was why I used the guide, because I never actually did it, so I didn't know how to do it. But yeah, there's not much else to say about Hello Neighbor. It was rated on PlayStation Profiles, a 3 out of 10, one playthrough, 5 hours. I've got 25 hours played, but most of that was from times I played it before, but I didn't platinum it. So just remember that. So I actually don't know how long it actually took me to platinum this one because of I've already played it. But yeah, let's go into the next game. So we got into the next platinum, and the next platinum I went for was Cat Quest 1. And now this was my first time playing this game. I actually saw a few people play this game on YouTube, and I also saw some people talking about it on different social media apps. And I was like, it was free on PlayStation Plus, the first one, and I was like, do you know what, why not give it a try? Might not like it, but like when I looked at some videos first before playing it, I did see it looked actually pretty alright. It was interesting to me. I looked up the PlayStation and PSN profiles also and looked up what it kind of was. So this game is a 3 out of 10 difficulty, one playthrough, and it should take you about 12 hours. I platinumed it in 9 hours. Now, the most trophies you should really be casually doing. You'll get them anyway eventually, but you just need to kind of put effort into them. And that is for completing all the 62 side missions, obtaining all 66 armors or weapons, clear all 52 dungeons. Make sure you are clearing the dungeons, don't just complete it, because sometimes some of the dungeons you have to do something like open a chest or something and then it clears the dungeon or something like that. And then reach level 99, which is obviously the most annoying one. Dungeon 1 was one of the ones that were getting me, took me a while to do, but I ended up getting the dungeon 1 before I hit level 99. So the dungeons 1 took longer. Level 99 in Cat Quest 1 is honestly the most annoying one because it just takes so long. So there's a dungeon, I forget what it was, but there's a dungeon where there's a dragons in. I can't remember, I think it's about 2 dragons, I think it was. And I think I did it there. Because I remember a dungeon I did, I just kept going in the same dungeon and just kept killing the same dragon. I can't remember, I think it was a fire dragon. If you played Cat Quest 1 recently, you know what I'm talking about, let me know in the comments. I think it is. I think I'm right on the dime of what I'm talking about, but I'm not 100% sure what it was. I also got the platinum on the 12th of the 5th of 2025. So from getting the platinum on Hello Neighbor was the 9th or the 2nd of 2025. That was in February on the 9th. End up a few more months later got this, but you'll see why and stuff like that, why that was like that. But yeah, there's not much else to talk about Cat Quest 1. They're like the main trophies to really talk about. The story was it was okay, but I was confused at parts and I didn't really know what was going on really. I felt like it was hard to actually get to know what the story's about. Like, I know some of the story, but like parts of the story through the quests and side quests, which is kind of confusing a wee bit, and there's a lot of reading on that. So yeah, but I really enjoyed the game when I played it, and I still enjoy the series to this day. So, Kit Quest, really good platinum. So the next game I platinumed was God of War Ragnarok, and the very first one was insane for me playing when I played God of War 2018. I absolutely loved the game, and I went when God of War Ragnarok, sorry, when God of War Ragnarok came out, I was so dying to play it. Probably like so many other people, were dying to play it also. So on God of War Ragnarok, I did kind of start it, but then I left it. So when I went back to it, it was the 17th of February 2025. That's when I went back to clean up the rest of it, get the platinum. And by then, there was no DLC. So the Valhalla DLC wasn't even out then. So I played through the game, played through the story, side quests, collectibles. I actually left the collectibles mostly to the end. I collected a lot of the collectibles during the game, but then the ones I was missing I would go back for. So I did all that, done all the collectibles, and then all the battles. The one that took me the longest was the battle with Ghana. I just couldn't defeat her. That took me ages. The other ones, the gravestones and all that, sometimes it took me like a few attempts to beat them, but I ended up getting them. But Ghana took me literally ages to complete. But I really enjoyed my time with God of War Ragnarok, and I completely loved it. It's a 4 out of 10, one playthrough in 50 hours. That's on PlayStation Profile, and it took me 66 hours to platinum it. Plus, I did the DLC, so that's additional 12 trophies onto that 36 trophies what are in this game. So 66 hours to fully 100% God of War Ragnarok, and I really enjoyed my time with the game, and I can't wait to see, can't wait to play the old games, so that's God of War 1, 2 and 3, and go back to God of War 2018. And I can't wait to see if they release any more games of the God of War series, because that will be amazing to play. But yeah, let's jump into our next game. So that was the next game I went into. I wanted to go back to this game and actually complete it and get the platinum, because I ended up leaving the game. I played through the story a wee bit through the first island, and I kind of gave up half the game. I kind of didn't play it very well, and that was Ghost of Tsushima. So as I played through the story and stuff like that, I already had 24 trophies. But when I went back to it, I had on the 3rd or the 5th of 2025, and that was when I was going to actually complete the game and fully platinum it so I could finish it. And this game was is a really good game to play. I recommend it. Um, I played it on the lethal difficulty, which is the hardest difficulty in the game. That was literally the most annoying thing to play on. That's what made me kind of stop playing it. On the first, I kept dying so many times. Every mission I'd die probably about over 10 times. It was honestly, it kept, every single time I kept dying, and all the duels and all that, I kept dying all the time. So many of the duels took me so long to complete. It was just torture. So it made me didn't really want to play the game. I fell out of love for the game. But I did want to platinum it. And I kept saying to myself I was going to go back to it one day. And I decided after completing God of War, I was like, I'll be able to do this. And so I started it. I went back to it, and I ended up finishing it, completing it. I got took on PlayStation Profile, sorry, 3 out of 10 difficulty, one playthrough, and took 55 hours. The most annoying thing is if you're playing the lethal difficulty is just doing all the missions and stuff like that, because if you die and all that. The rest of it is not that bad actually, as I thought it was. I really enjoyed the rest of it. Once I went back to it, I really got in the groove of it, and I actually really enjoyed doing them. And when I got the platinum, it was even more amazing. Just need to watch you don't miss any side quests, because my last trophy, there was a trophy we didn't get, was the side quests. And on the original island, I forgot one side quest but I didn't discover. So make sure you discover all the whole map so you can actually get the trophies. But yeah, it took me 7 hours to platinum, and honestly, that was probably most of the hours of dying. But yeah, it took me 70 hours to platinum, so it's not that bad. It's way over the 55 hours that PlayStation Profile said it takes. But I'm glad I platinum it, and also I do really recommend this game. even if you don't play it in the lethal difficulty, even if you play it normal or something. So it might be a wee bit challenging, but it is a really good game, and I recommend it. So one day I was tidying up my room and I found this game as a disc, and that is Need for Speed 2015. And I never played it. I remember buying it. I bought it in a shop, and then never played it. I said I would go to the game at some point, and I never did. And it just gathered dust for ages. But that day I ended up finding it. I was like, you know what, man, I'm gonna play this. Never played this one before, and I love the Need for Speed franchise. I only played Heat. I played Heat, a wee bit of Unbound and Payback. I played a wee bit of Rivals, but not really a lot of Rivals. It was mainly just like actual watching, and it was just like watching people drive it around. So I really didn't do much in Rivals, so I technically don't count me. It was when I platinumed Rivals, it was like technically my first time. Anyway, the Need for Speed Platinum is a 2 out of 10, one playthrough obviously, and takes 15 hours, and that's on PlayStation Profiles. This game is very easy. I had no troubles on the trophies. Like, I just played, and I got so many trophies done. Honestly, it's not the hardest game to play, or to platinum, sorry, but it's very easy to play, so if you do go to this, you'll have no trouble. The only trophy but I had to wait was not like it was hard, it just had to wait on, and that was the complete 15 daily challenges, and you could get 3 a day, and obviously it's online also, so the 3 a day ones, you had to complete them. If you didn't complete them, like if there's one you can't complete, I remember some of them you can't, there was one I couldn't complete that day, so I had to wait till the next day to try and hopefully get 3 more done without it. So yeah, that kind of took me a few more hours. But it took me 19 hours to platinum it. There's not much I really can say about this game. The story was okay. I did like it. The cars were cool. I liked it where the characters in, like Ken Block was in the game also. That was really cool and stuff like that. The drifting and all that. I really like this game. It is a really good game. I don't know if it's probably up there with my favourite Need for Speeds. Right now, I have my favourite Need for Speed. It's like Heat. Need for Speed Heat. But I don't know. It's a really good Need for Speed. I think it's really solid. You can tell there is a wee bit more stuff that could have been improved by it. But for the time it came out, that is one of the amazing, really, really good, really good Need for Speed games. So this next game, I'm not really going to talk much about it because there's not much really to talk about this game. First game it was my first Lego game I wanted to platinum. I was playing this alongside Need for Speed 2015 at the time, and that is Lego Brick Tales. Now I bought this game for like £3-4 on the PlayStation Store, and I wanted to platinum every Lego game at some point, and I saw it on sale, and I was like, why not try it, see if I liked it, and I completely didn't. So on PlayStation Profiles, 3 out of 10, one playthrough, 10 to 15 hours. The main things you need to do is the puzzles, complete the puzzles, and collect the stuff. And then I think there's one for buying costumes or something. I can't remember. I played this ages ago, so I can't really remember. Yeah, there's not much really to talk about this game, to be honest with you. There's not much really except from complete the puzzles and collect the stuff, and then do whatever else you're missing on the trophies, and then that's you're done. So it's ended up taking me 11 hours, and I platinumed this the same day I platinumed Need for Speed 2015. Let's jump into the next one. So the next game was a game I completed platinumed, the first one through the start of the year, and that was Hello Neighbor 2. As rated on PlayStation Profiles, a 2 out of 10, one playthrough, it takes 1 hour to do. That's what it says, but it took me longer, so yeah. I would say 1 to 5 hours, to be honest with you, like 1 to 5 hours, maybe 3, 1 to 3, I don't know, it wouldn't take it, if it takes you an hour, it takes you an hour, but like, I don't think so. So, when the game first came out on PlayStation Plus, I did play it, and then I left it. So when I went back to it on the 13th of the 9th for 2025. So I already had 4 trophies. It was just the rest of the trophies I had to go. And honestly, this didn't even take me that long to platinum. I just played through the story, completed the days, completed the puzzles. It takes a wee bit to figure it out, but it's very easier than the first one. I did enjoy it, like it was okay, but I did enjoy the first one because it was more puzzles. It was more like you actually spent time on the rooms and different places of the house. You had to really think. This one, it kind of is like it was so obvious what you had to do all the time, and for me it wasn't really. For me, that didn't make it really that fun. I ended up planning them on the 13th of the 9th for 2025, obviously the same day, because it's not that hard to play. It's not that hard to platinum. There's not much else to say about this. There's 15 trophies and it took me 7 hours to finish the whole game. I do recommend playing this. It's fun. If you liked Hello Neighbor 1, I would recommend playing Hello Neighbor 2. But I did enjoy Hello Neighbor 1 more. So the next game I wanted to go and do was Need for Speed Rivals. So I bought this on the PlayStation Store because I wanted to platinum every Need for Speed game that was on the PS5. And this was one of the ones. But for me, at the time I was going for the platinum, there was a bit of a something else happening in the world of this game. So when I first got my first trophy on it was on the 24th of the 9th, 2025. I went back to it on the 29th of the 9th, 2025. And the reason why I went back to it is because the servers were going to shut down. So the Need for Speed Rivals servers were planning to shut down. I think it was like October the 7th, I think it was. And it was kind of coming up to that time. And I wanted to platinum it before October the 7th because I wanted to get this platinum done before then. So I tried to complete it as fast as possible. So I played through it. And in this one you play as a cop and a racer. So you can play as both. You have to do the same thing technically twice. It took me literally in one day I got lots of trophies on the 1st of the 10th, 2025, and then at 5 AM I actually reached cop rank 60. So basically in one day I got to rank 60, and basically I stayed up all night. Me and I had one of my oldest brothers. They were trying to platinum this game also, and we stayed up all night talking to each other, playing through this game. Honestly, being a comper was one of the best things to play as. Made it so much fun, and honestly, I was completely knackered after that. Honestly, after that gaming session, but it was so fun as a comper, and then you have to go as a racer to reach rank 60, and I completely hated it. This game, I completely hate being a racer. It wasn't like the racer's hard, it's just so annoying. I just rather be a cop. It was just so more fun as a cop than a racer to me. I had so much more fun in that. The racer was just like, I didn't even enjoy being a racer. I actually hated it. But I ended up finishing the game on the 2nd of the 10th, 2025. Now it took me through when I was the platinum. So on PlayStation Profiles, it's like 4 out of 10, one playthrough, and like 25 hours. My oldest brother, the person I was playing with, I think it took him about 60 to near 70 hours to actually platinum this game. So yeah, it took him way longer than me. He recently just platinumed this game, but I platinumed it on the 2nd of October. I'm so glad to platinum this before the server shut down because this was a game I really wanted to play. I remember having memories where my dad used to play this game and I used to watch him play this game. And now actually having it as a platinum trophy, I very much enjoy playing this game, and low-key they should just stick with a cop because I didn't enjoy the racer. But let me know in the comments if you played this game and you enjoyed being a racer. So the next game I platinumed, and that was the platinum for Minecraft PS5 edition. Now this platinum, I did make it all in videos, and right now, as I'm editing this part of the now, is January 5th. I am uploading them at the start of the year to just finally get them out and uploaded. But anyway, on PlayStation Profiles, it's a 4 out of 10, takes one playthrough and takes 20 to 40 hours of gameplay to platinum. And this is the PS5 edition, so I had a PS4 edition platinumed already. I started it on the 25th of the 3rd, 2025. That's when I started the series of me going for the platinum. And wasn't just the platinum, I was actually going for the way 100%, all 154 trophies in the game. They recently just came out with an update, so I ended up, that's why it says 99, because there's now 155 trophies. So I still need to go back and get that one trophy, because now they just released a new DLC, or a new add-on, as you would call it. So yeah, I completed it. It's a very easy game, it's just really complete everything. It didn't take me 257 hours. I had hours of playing also, but I was playing after I even planned. I've been playing that and stuff like that, so it didn't take 257 hours, but a lot of the probably hours, like around 50 to 60, maybe even 70 hours of them are probably the platinum. That's what I'm guessing. Anyway, I ended up platinum it on the 11th, so that's November the 11th of 2025, and I ended up platinum it, and I ended up doing the 100% also, finished that day also, because the platinum trophy was the very last trophy I needed. So yeah, there's not much else to say about Minecraft. It's honestly it's Minecraft, so it's just like complete everything in a game, and there you go, it's done. Very easy game. Let's move on to the next one. So the next game I played, platinumed, was Stray. Now I went back to Stray. So I actually played the game. I bought the game and I actually played it. So I already had like trophies on it, but it wasn't a lot. And then I went back for a clean up. The first playthrough took me 10 hours to complete. And I wasn't trying to complete it any faster or anything like that. I was actually just doing the normal playthrough. It took me 10 hours to platinum. Not to platinum, sorry, to complete. Because I was just doing it normal. I wasn't really bothered about the platinum first playthrough, because I was just going to enjoy the game in the first playthrough, and then on my second playthrough I was going to go for the platinum. So yeah, that's what I kind of basically did. So I went back, I finished the game, but I didn't go to the platinum straight away. I actually left the game for a bit, and I went back to it on the 15th of the 11th of 2025, so I could get the rest of the trophy. On PlayStation Profiles, rated the 3 out of 10 difficulty, 2 playthroughs in 7 hours. It took me 17 hours. Remember, 10 of the hours are for the platinum, or for the time I played it, just normal playthrough. The hardest trophy, what I would say, is I Am Speed, and that's for completing the game less than 2 hours. It took me 2 tries. The first try, I got over 2 hours. It was like 2 hours and like 5 minutes or something. And then on the second playthrough, I completely got that time way down to, it was like an hour and 30, an hour and 40 around there. Actually, it was like completely wiped out the park, honestly. And I ended up platinum it on the 18th of the 11th of 2025. The trophies I had left to do was just go back and just do stuff I missed, like, you know what I mean? So it was just wee cleanups of certain areas, missables and stuff like that. That was really it, and very easy game. Except from that 2 hours one, that was quite annoying. But once you really know what to do in the chapters, you'll complete it fast. And yeah, Stray, I really recommend playing. A really great game. Let's move on to the last 2 games I platinumed in 2025. So the next platinum I did was Cat Quest 2, and on PlayStation Profiles it's a 1 out of 10 difficulty, 1 playthrough, and takes 10 to 15 hours to platinum. Now this game, as you saw, the first one, Cat Quest 1, I did near the start of the year, and when that was on PlayStation Plus, I did that. That was the first time me playing Cat Quest 1, obviously. Then through the year, Cat Quest 2 did come out on PlayStation Plus. So when it did, I was like, I have to do this game. I have to play it. And I did. I started playing it, and I really enjoyed it. They really improved the game graphics and all that, everything got really more improved. Honestly, the game was it's much better than the first one for like the way it handles and everything else. It's really much like better. It has still kind of got the same trophy list though as the first one, which is fine because it doesn't. It's a nice chilled experience game, and I think that's why a lot of people enjoy Kart Quest games, because the story's good. The story's there, but it's also a very nicely chilled game. And I like that they introduced a new character, a new character as you could play as, and that was a dog, and I enjoyed that part. And yeah, it was really good. So I started it on the 19th or the 11th of 2025. I ended up platinum it on the 23rd of the 11th, 2025. And also, one thing I gotta say, I did enjoy the developers were actually in the game. You can actually find the developers in some side missions and stuff like that, so I did enjoy that aspect of the game. But the trophy wasn't that bad. It took me 12 hours to platinum. This one actually took me a wee bit over than the first one. The first one took 9 hours for me, and the second one took 12 hours. And honestly, it's much. I loved it, man. I enjoyed Cat Quest 1 and 2. And recently, Cat Quest 3 came on PlayStation Plus, so I can't wait to play that one. And that's the most recent one that came out, and honestly, I can't wait to play it, so I'll be starting that at some point. So yeah, that was Cat Quest 2 Platinum.